The Buffalo Bills have made yet another change to their defensive end group, marking the third time this summer that the team has shuffled the depth chart at the position. The constant movement reflects both the challenges of keeping the roster healthy during training camp and the coaching staff's ongoing search for the right mix of talent, experience, and potential on the edge of the defensive line. The first move came earlier in the offseason when the Bills parted ways with undrafted rookie Hayden Harris. Harris had been a post-draft addition, one of those long-shot prospects looking to earn a place through hard work in camp, but he was let go before the preseason really got underway. In his place, the Bills brought back Cameron Klein, a player with previous ties to Buffalo as part of the practice squad in past seasons. Klein's familiarity with the system and the organization seemed like it could help him make an impact, but that reunion was short-lived. Just 6 days later, Klein was released, making room for another signing. That next addition was a more high-profile name, veteran defensive end Justin Hollins, a player who came to Buffalo with a Super Bowl ring and a solid NFL resume. Drafted in 2019 in the 5th round by the Denver Broncos, Hollins went on to play for the Los Angeles Rams and the Green Bay Packers, carving out a role as a rotational pass rusher and special teams contributor. His time with the Rams included being part of their Super Bowl 56 championship team in 2021, and he even shared a locker room back then with two current Bills, safety Taylor Rapp and offensive lineman David Edwards. Hollins' experience, size, and versatility seemed to make him a strong candidate to stick around, especially as the Bills looked to bolster their depth behind established names like Greg Rousseau, A.J. Epineza, and veteran Von Miller. Unfortunately for both Hollins and the Bills, his opportunity in Buffalo never really got off the ground. Signed on August 5th, he lasted barely more than a week before injuries struck. He suited up for the team's preseason opener on August 9th against the New York Giants, logging 23 snaps on defense and 6 on special teams. In that limited action, he recorded 3 solo tackles and showed the kind of veteran instincts that had kept him in the league for 6 seasons. But the following days brought setbacks. By Wednesday's practice in Orchard Park, Hollins was sidelined, unable to participate. On Thursday, the Bills officially released him with an injury designation. If unclaimed by another team, he will revert to Buffalo's injured reserve list until a settlement is reached, effectively ending his brief stint in Western New York before the regular season even begins. With Hollins gone, the Bills wasted no time in finding a replacement, signing free agent defensive end Nelson Ceaser to fill the open spot on their 90-man training camp roster. Ceaser is a younger, less experienced option, but one with upside and recent production at the college and spring league levels. A former captain at the University of Houston, Ceaser wrapped up his collegiate career in 2023 by earning first-team All-Big 12 honors after a breakout season in which he recorded 9.5 sacks. Across 41 games for Houston, he developed a reputation as a relentless pass rusher with strong leadership qualities, traits that helped him stand out to scouts even though he ultimately went undrafted in 2024. After the draft, Ceaser signed as a rookie free agent with the Seattle Seahawks. He participated in training camp but did not make it past the NFL's final cutdown to 53 players. Not ready to give up on his professional career, Ceaser joined the San Antonio Brahmas of the United Football League for the spring season. His performance there kept him on the radar for NFL teams, and now Buffalo is giving him another shot at the league. For Ceaser, the opportunity in Buffalo is a chance to prove himself against NFL-caliber talent and possibly earn a place either on the active roster or the practice squad. For the Bills, it is another step in what has been a constant process of evaluating and reevaluating their defensive line options throughout the summer. Injuries, performance, and fit all play a role in these decisions, and with training camp and the preseason serving as the main proving ground, the roster is far from set. The team will get its first extended look at Ceaser during joint practices with the Chicago Bears, followed by the remaining preseason matchups. This latest sequence of moves underscores just how quickly fortunes can change in the NFL. One week a player like Hollins, with a Super Bowl ring and nearly 70 games of experience, can be walking into the facility as the newest member of the team. The next week, an injury can derail the entire opportunity. For Ceaser, the lesson is clear: every snap, every rep in practice, and every chance to show something on film matters when you're fighting for a roster spot. The Bills, entering the 2025 season with high expectations and hopes of finally bringing a Lombardi trophy to Buffalo, know that depth and health along the defensive front will be crucial. As General Manager Brandon Beane and head coach Sean McDermott continue to fine-tune the roster, there is no guarantee this will be the last change at defensive end before the season opener. For now, though, the attention turns to seeing what Nelson Ceaser can bring to the table and whether this young pass rusher can seize the opportunity that has just landed in his hands. The Buffalo Bills may soon find themselves considering a reunion with veteran wide receiver Amari Cooper, as recent developments have thrown the team's receiving core into a state of uncertainty. The situation stems from the injury to rising wideout Khalil Shakir, who is recovering from a high ankle sprain sustained during a recent practice. While the team remains hopeful about his availability for the start of the regular season, the nature of the injury raises concerns. High ankle sprains are notoriously tricky to manage, and even when a player returns quickly, lingering effects can impact performance for weeks. In the midst of this uncertainty, adding an experienced, dependable target like Cooper could provide both stability and insurance for quarterback Josh Allen and the Bills' offense. Shakir's emergence in 2024 was one of Buffalo's bright spots, giving Allen a versatile, reliable target capable of making plays in the slot and stretching the field. His absence, however temporary, could disrupt the rhythm of an offense that is already facing pressure to produce in a competitive AFC East. That's where Cooper enters the conversation. At 30 years old, the five-time Pro Bowler remains one of the most accomplished receivers currently on the free agent market. His resume speaks for itself: more than 10,000 career receiving yards, 64 touchdowns, and a reputation as one of the league's premier route runners. Cooper's previous stint with the Bills in 2024 was brief and came under challenging circumstances. Acquired mid-season, he was forced to adapt to a new offensive system on the fly, while splitting opportunities with an already established group of pass catchers. In 11 games with Buffalo, he recorded 547 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns, respectable numbers given the situation, but far from the elite production he had shown earlier in his career. Before joining the Bills, Cooper began the 2024 season with the Cleveland Browns, where inconsistent quarterback play hampered his effectiveness. Now, with a full offseason to learn the playbook and build chemistry with Allen, if a reunion happens, Cooper could be far more impactful. His precise route running, strong hands, and ability to win contested catches make him a valuable weapon in any offense, but especially one looking to weather the loss of a key contributor like Shakir. The Bills are not the only team monitoring Cooper's situation. Reports indicate that the San Francisco 49ers have expressed interest as well, with their own star wideout Brandon Ayuk working his way back from a knee injury. Still, many analysts believe Buffalo is the most logical destination. The team's immediate need for a reliable pass catcher, combined with Cooper's familiarity with the locker room and coaching staff, makes the fit almost seamless. From a strategic standpoint, signing Cooper would allow the Bills to maintain offensive balance and avoid overburdening other members of the receiving core, such as Stefon Diggs and Dalton Kincaid. It would also provide Allen with a trusted veteran who can consistently create separation and convert critical third downs, qualities that can be the difference in tight games. Another factor working in Cooper's favor is the current state of the free agent market. With Keenan Allen returning to the Los Angeles Chargers, Cooper stands as the most accomplished wide receiver still available. While there are other options, few offer his combination of experience, productivity, and ability to adapt quickly to a new team. For Buffalo, the decision comes down to timing and cost. Bringing in Cooper now would give him the remainder of training camp and the preseason to integrate into the offense, potentially allowing the Bills to hit the ground running in Week 1 despite Shakir's absence. Waiting too long could open the door for another team, like San Francisco, to secure his services. In a season where expectations are high and the margin for error is slim, every roster decision carries weight. The Bills know they have the talent to make another deep playoff run, but injuries, especially at key skill positions, can derail even the most promising campaigns. Adding Cooper could be a proactive move to ensure the offense remains potent and versatile from the outset. Ultimately, a reunion between the Bills and Amari Cooper has the potential to be mutually beneficial. Cooper would have the chance to contribute to a legitimate contender with a top-tier quarterback, while Buffalo would gain a proven, battle-tested receiver capable of stepping into a significant role immediately. If Shakir's recovery timeline stretches into the regular season or if there are any setbacks, the importance of making such a move will only grow. For now, the situation remains fluid, but one thing is clear: Amari Cooper represents one of the best opportunities on the market for a team in need of a reliable offensive playmaker. Whether that leads him back to Buffalo or to another franchise, his next stop could play a pivotal role in shaping the early weeks of the 2025 NFL season.